population, who were experiencing symptoms such as errand paralysis in their private lives, directly as a consequence of having internalized the idea that they should be working all the time. As we will explore fully in this book, a growing understanding that our cognitive powers are both finite and inhibited by stress means that the way we're working today is the enemy of our aspirations to be the best versions of ourselves. When this book was first published in my native United Kingdom, it became a Sunday Times #1 bestseller. Many of my American friends told me that an evidence-based focus on fixing work wouldn't succeed in the United States. I was shocked. Why? I asked. There's just too much focus on profit, one former colleague insisted. No firm is going to encourage employees to work sustainably if it makes them less money. But in many ways, that's the point of this book. In so many ways, work is the lie we tell ourselves. You'll see clear evidence in these pages that working longer doesn't make firms more profit. Longer hours might make us feel like we're doing more, but we're achieving less with every second of extra toil. While we might hear business leaders such as Elon Musk boast that nobody ever changed the world on 40 hours a week, when we delve beneath the bluster, it seems that evidence gives us a different answer. Zeynep Tone, an inspirational academic, found that retail businesses that set out to provide better working conditions for their employees were strategically hitting upon the best and most sustainable way to provide superior returns to their investors in the long term. Providing good jobs was more profitable than treating workers badly. Many of us, if we were to use a fresh perspective and look anew at our daily lives, would see our jobs for what they truly are. We'll go on to see that average office workers are spending between 2 and 3 days a week in meetings, where they pretend to be paying attention. We waste our freshest hours sitting still in meetings, resisting the temptation to look at our phones, and then we have idiot bosses judging us for not clocking in another 4 or 5 weary hours per day to keep on top of our actual work. The evidence contained in this book can help you fix these things. In the same way that the evidence on the restorative power of sleep has transformed the argument on proper recovery in the past 2 or 3 years, the evidence on working is about to transform the way we work. Creating a good working culture helps future-proof our workplaces. If we want to foster the creative environments that will be essential in a future world competing with and being assisted by artificial intelligence, then stress is something we need to strive to eliminate, as I'll demonstrate. Overwork isn't a competitive advantage in creative endeavors, and firms that rely on it will be swept away, shown up for their lack of inventiveness. The path won't be straightforward. Discussions of workplace culture in recent years have been distracted by misdirection and marketing. Compelling speakers such as Simon Sinek have told us to seek to answer not what we do, but why we do it. Answering the question why is certainly important, as we'll go on to see. When we're driven by a sense of purpose, motivation isn't hard to find. But finding purpose alone doesn't seem to be the answer to making work a happier place. The teaching profession is one of the most clearly purpose-driven occupations. Teachers know the answer to why they chose their vocation, and yet nearly 500,000 American teachers move or quit the profession each year. The Alliance for Excellent Education reported that 40 to 50% of new teachers leave the profession in their first 5 years. To some extent, while answering the question why can get us up in the morning, we need to answer how for us to feel we can work sustainably in and feel rewarded by our jobs. Firms have also used workplace culture as a marketing channel. Photographs of neon-colored slides cascading through offices can make our own workplace seem uninspiringly inert by contrast. In this book, I attempt to separate the aspects of company culture that can help us create meaningful work from the parts that are just hyped-up, caffeinated spin. My own journey to unearthing the insights afforded us by workplace psychology began when I started my weekend breaks from my day job as a vice president at Twitter, with running a podcast on making work better. That podcast, Eat, Sleep, Work, Repeat, began as a passion project, and my motivation was more self-education than reaching a large audience. But the show soon became a #1 business podcast in the United Kingdom.